Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back to show us some more plunder that I've acquired over the last little while. Got a nice stack of stuff here from half-price books that I've gotten over the last several trips that I've been able to make there. And funnily enough, most of it is actually DVDs. I know a lot of people don't show off too many music DVDs or even talk about buying them or care about them much anymore, but I've always liked music DVDs, and anytime I go into a half-price book, that's usually one of the first places I go to in there is to go look at the music DVDs, see if there's anything in there that catches my eye, because you can find some deals sometimes, and I got some pretty cool stuff I have to say, so I'm just going to jump right into it. And all these are bands that you should have at least heard the name or know who they are, whether you've heard the music or not. And we're going to kick things off with Superjoint Ritual live in Dallas, Texas, 2002. Figure out how to, there we go. And yeah, this is basically a live show recorded June 28th of 2002 at the Deep Ellum Live in Dallas, Texas, right after the release of the band's debut full-length album. This actually features, besides the show, you got behind-the-scenes footage, rare interviews, a photo gallery, and also 2 bonus videos on here. So yeah, really looking forward to checking this one out. Then we have Chimera, The Dehumanizing Process. And of course, yeah, this is basically a documentary of the band around the time of the release of their second full-length album, The Impossibility of Reason, along with about over an hour worth of live footage, music videos, etc. And the second disc on here, because this is a 2-disc set, is actually a remastered version of their This Present Darkness EP with some bonus unreleased tracks that were not on the original release of said EP. So very cool find, because not every version of this DVD actually came with the CD, so I was glad I was able to find that particular version. Then we have Linkin Park, Frat Party at the Pancake Festival. And yeah, this is a basically DVD that documents the band around the time of their touring cycle for the Hybrid Theory debut album. It has all the music videos up to that point in time, as well as some live footage and various other bits. So again, another one that I'm really anxious to check out, because I do like Linkin Park, but the early, the first couple of releases are definitely my favorite era of the band. Next up, we have Seven Dust with Retrospect. And yeah, this is a DVD that basically just features music videos, live and TV appearances, as well as an electronic press kit. You know, and definitely that one I was really excited to find, because I've actually had this on my Amazon wish list for a little while now, because I do love me some Seven Dust. Oh, now this one I was super excited to find, because for the longest time it seemed like it was super expensive for some reason. And, you know, even though this band is still quite popular today, they just, I don't know why it's so expensive. Maybe that's why it's so expensive. I don't know. And I know there is a Blu-ray release of this, and I really want to get the Blu-ray here at some point. I just remember a buddy of mine bringing this over, and we watched it, and I was just blown away by the performance on here, and I just wanted to get a copy for myself. But this is Slipknot with Disaster Pieces. And again, it's a 2 CD set, or should I say 2 DVD set. But yeah, this is the full live set from the London Arena back around the time of the Iowa tour. And yeah, this also contains backstage footage, plus all the music videos up to that point in time, including the animated version of Wait and Bleed. And it also has a bonus audio track on here for the song Purity. Like I said, really happy to finally get this, and I got it for relatively cheap compared to what I've seen it online. Then we have Lamb of God with Terror and Hubris. This basically contains live footage, including never-before-seen stuff from the New England Metal Fest from 2003 and the 2003 edition of Hellfest. Also has videos for the songs Ruin and Black Label, and also a Meet the Band feature. So, yeah. I do have, I think, one other Lamb of God DVD, so I was really excited to see this in there. And the last one, we have Metal Evolution, the series. And yeah, this is basically a documentary series from Sam Dunn, who did the Metal Headbanger's Journey and the Global Metal. And I think there was actually one other one that he did. I can't remember off the top of my head. This is a series that he did that basically goes over the evolution of the different metal genres. That has like over 300 interviews with artists, producers, and other people within the scene. So I've really been wanting to check this out. I couldn't remember if I had it. I didn't believe I did, and I wasn't going to leave it behind for the price that they had this marked at, in case, you know, one of those things you think, oh, I probably already got that, and you get home and you realize, oh, no, I don't have that. I should have got it, and hard telling if it would be there by the next time I actually got to go up there. So, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. So, definitely looking forward to giving that one a watch. Just kind of add all these to my ever-growing stack of music DVDs that I need to watch. So, all right, moving on to the small stack of CDs I got here. This first one, I saw this up on a little shelf, little display shelf above everything, and I was like, I've got to get that. That is the soundtrack to Wayne's World, which, you know, anybody that is a fan of hard rock and heavy metal has had to have seen this 1992 film. And as it states, this is just the soundtrack to them. There's some really good stuff on here, too. You got Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, Feed My Frankenstein by Alice Cooper, Foxy Lady by Jimi Hendrix. You got Ballroom Blitz performed by Tia Carrera. She also has another song on here, Why You Want to Break My Heart. But yeah, saw this and it was like $6. I'm like, yeah, I'm picking that up. All right, moving on. We have the Beatles with Let It Be Naked. And of course, you know, Beatles, legendary rock band from Liverpool, England, active between 1960 and 1970. This is the band's swan song album, but this particular version is actually an alternative mix of the album that was commissioned by Paul McCartney to kind of capture, as they put it, the live-to-tape and more stripped-down aesthetic the band was looking for, because they weren't really happy with the original release of this. And yeah, I gotta say, it sounds really cool compared to the original one. Definitely a lot different sounding, and it actually also takes off the songs Dig It and Maggie May and replaces them with the Don't Let Me Down song. And CD 2 I'm really anxious to check out because I haven't had a chance yet. It's called Fly on the Wall, and it is basically a insight into the Beatles at work as they were recording in the studio during January of 1969 to produce this album. So yeah, really anxious to check that one out, but I do love me some Beatles. Next up, Leonard Skinnard, 1991. Of course, Leonard Skinnard's southern rock band out of Jacksonville, Florida, active between 1964 off and on. This is their 6th full-length album put up by Atlantic back in 1991. And this was actually the first album since 1977's Street Survivors, and was also the first album since the tragic plane crash of the same year, which killed their vocalist and founding member Ronnie Van Zant, along with guitarist vocalist Steve Gaines and backing vocalist Cassie Gaines, among others. So yeah, haven't had a chance to jam this yet, but just kind of slowly building my Leonard Skinnard collection. Next up, Blue Oyster Cult with their self-titled. And yeah, of course, Blue Oyster Cult, hard rock. Some consider them a heavy metal band from where is it? Stony Brook, New York. Been active since 1967. And yeah, this is their debut full-length album, originally put out by Columbia in 1972. This is a 2001 reissue on Columbia/Legacy. And this actually contains 4 previously unreleased demo tracks as bonus. So yeah, another band that I'm trying to slowly build up my collection on. I'm really happy to find this. This was a $4 blind buy. Never heard of this band, never even heard their music, but looking them up, they seem kind of interesting. But this is Candlelight Red with Demons. And yeah, these guys are a hard rock band out of Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Been around since 2011. This is their first EP, put out by Imagine Records in 2012, and it's actually a follow-up to their debut full-length album from 2011, The Wreckage, which was a digital-only release, I guess. So, like I said, I've not heard anything from this band, but for $4, I thought, looks pretty cool. It's worth a gamble. And last but not least, this one was actually still sealed, and I think it was like $6. But this is Those Left Behind, Horror Classics and Other Tributes to the Dark Side. And yeah, this band is a death metal band out of Norway, been around since 2010. This is their debut full-length album put out by Horror, Pain, Gore, Death in 2011. I did listen to a couple of tracks of this in the store while I was looking around. Thought it sounded pretty decent, so I went ahead and picked it up, and I thought for $6, and it was still sealed. You know, another one's worth taking a shot. So yeah, that is going to do it. Thank you all so much for watching and subscribing, and until next time, stay brutal.